Welcome back. Well, as CNBC-TV18 celebrates 26 years of leadership, Parikshit is in conversation with Rajiv Bajaj, the MD of Bajaj Auto. Parikshit, over to you.
So what's going to be Bajaj Auto's game plan for 2026 in terms of EV launches, pushing exports and the overall growth of the company? Rajiv Bajaj is in conversation with us. Rajiv Bajaj, always a pleasure to have you here on CNBC-TV18. We complete 26 years today. Give us a sense of your association with CNBC-TV18 and the role that the channel has played in reporting on the automobile industry and the milestones of the automobile industry in the country.
Well, Parikshit, first and foremost, congratulations to all of you. And thank you so much for having me here on your special day. I must tell you that my first most significant business interview was on CNBC almost 24 years ago. So it was 2001. Govind did it. It was on the occasion of the launch of the Pulsar. So whether it's India, whether it's Bajaj, or whether it's me, the association goes back almost to the beginning of CNBC. And I can tell you from my experience, I like to call it the ABCD of CNBC. A for authentic, B for balanced, C for compelling, and D for delightful. You know, authentic because you're probably the only channel that doesn't this nonsense about source-based information. You know, everything is so credible. Balanced because there's always both points of view put before your viewers. Compelling because, you know, it is said discipline is repeating the boring brilliantly. So sometimes it may appear to you internally that what you do is getting boring, but to us on the outside, you know, it seems brilliant because it is so finely honed, and finally delightful because there is always an X factor in what you do, you know, from young Turks to future female forward and everything in between. It's a delight to watch CNBC. So, you know, I've had a great 24 years with you.
All right. Thank you so much for your compliments and support, Rajiv Bajaj. Now, let me come back to the two-wheeler business. Now, with the acquisition of KTM complete and approved, how do you now plan to scale up in India and global markets?
Yeah, so first let's take India. So in India, Parikshit, as you may be aware, for the last couple of months with KTM, we have pretty strong tailwinds, primarily due to the launch of new products. You know, from the new Adventure to the Supermoto, most recently the Duke 160, etc. As a result of which, we have been now experiencing our highest ever retails in India. Also from India, in terms of exports, the new products are helping us to, move to the next level in terms of KTM volumes. And in fact, in that context, I must share with you that even in terms of exports to the US, which are not insignificant, we export about 10,000 KTM motorcycles every year to the US. Let me share with you something very interesting, that when confronted with the 50% tariff, Bajaj reduced the FOB price out of India to absorb most of this 50% impact. And yet we are able to export at a EBITDA that is greater than our 20% corporate EBITDA. So this is not about the power of KTM or the power of Bajaj. This is about the power of India. It is so cost competitive to manufacture out of here that really more of us should be taking this strength out, to other markets. So that's about KTM in India. As far as KTM globally is concerned, I said to you when we spoke the last time that at the heart of the turnaround globally is going to be, the concept of less being more. Less in operational terms, in the sense that KTM was brought down by this 12-month plus inventory that had piled up in its network.
Right.
So I'm happy to say that, retails are on course. That inventory is more or less depleted now, will be at the end of the year. And even strategically, it is about resetting the brand. Less is more. Get rid of the bicycle business, the car business, the smaller brands like MV Agusta, etc., and just focus on KTM Husqvarna going forward. So, with this less is more approach, I feel quite confident that we are on the right path for the medium term.
How do you plan to increase your market share in ICE two-wheeler segment in India? What's going to be the game plan for 2026?
Well, when it comes to ICE two-wheelers in India, Parikshit, basically it's about motorcycles for us because we don't make ICE scooters. Within that, our focus has always been on the 125cc plus space. And as Rakesh shared with your colleagues just ago, whatever we are doing now in product and marketing terms is already yielding results. Between August and November, our share as we calculated in the 125cc plus segment has grown by 2% already. And I think, I just told you that 2001 was the launch year of the Pulsar. So next year is the 25th year of the Pulsar. And you will see that it will be the year of the Pulsar. Already as we speak, we are rolling out the first wave of new products, which will be reaching dealerships very soon. And you will see wave after wave of new stuff coming out of the Pulsar platforms all through 2026. And since in the domestic market, Pulsar is like 2/3 of our volume, I think if the new Pulsars do well, then this is going to be the primary basis for share gain in the domestic market.
Any investments in bikes over 350cc, considering that the government has hiked the GST there?
Well, I'd like to start by saying that I certainly hope the government will reconsider what it's done. And without dwelling on it too much, clearly this action is going to marginalize motorcycles above 350cc in this market. And if that happens, then, it greatly handicaps the manufacturers from developing such motorcycles and taking them out to the world. So I sincerely hope this will be reviewed. Meanwhile, our plans continue unchanged for now, Parikshit, because I don't know how many people are aware that when it comes to, and we measure it as 250cc plus, not just 350cc plus. So in the 250cc plus segment, between our like Pulsar, Dominar, KTM, and Triumph, we are neck to neck with Royal Enfield in terms of export leadership. With 4 brands across 108 countries, there is no reason for us to kind of put our plans on the back burner because of a domestic adversity. But as I said, I hope that will be relooked at. So for now, in terms of both development and investment, our plans remain unchanged.